It begins long before the bottle, in the quiet order of the orchard. Each almond inspected by hand, a promise of quality from the very start. Modern mechanics meet ancient roots as the harvest begins in earnest. A controlled avalanche, nature's bounty, collected. Ready? Pull steady? Harvesting is a family affair, centuries-old teamwork powered by modern efficiency. Nothing is left behind. Meticulous machines scour the grove floor. Into the heart of the beast, the almonds begin their journey from field to facility. From one machine to the next, a seamless ballet of harvest logistics. The first leg of a long journey, destination, the huller. Precision starts here, every load weighed, every harvest accounted for. The first plunge into the heart of the processing line. A controlled descent into the mechanical digestive system of the plant. Separating the wheat from the chaff, or in this case, the almond from the twig. Nature's gravity, aided by precision air to ensure only the finest move forward. Size does matter, sorted by nature's blueprint, ready for their specific purpose. The human touch remains irreplaceable, a final expert eye before storage. The harvest, now at rest, waiting in silent towers for their transformation. Preservation is a science. Climate-controlled silence keeps the harvest perfect. The waiting is over. With the push of a button, the almonds are summoned for duty. From the silence of the orchard to the hum of the factory floor, the transformation is about to begin. The threshold is crossed from field to facility. The journey continues indoors. Gathered once more, the first stop inside the living machine. Divide and conquer. The flow splits to maximize efficiency. Purity demands vigilance. Magnets stand guard against the invisible threat of metal. To go forward, sometimes we must first go up. The almonds rise to meet the next stage. Summit reached, gravity now becomes the engine of progress. The arterial highway, almonds travel the factory's ceiling, bound for processing. The cleaning tower awaits. Here, the almonds will be stripped of all but their essential selves. A contingency for every possibility. Even almonds must sometimes wait their turn. The breath of industry, stripping away the dust of the journey. Shaken, not stirred, the first mechanical sifting reveals what the eye cannot see. Weight reveals truth, stone and fruit, forever divided by the breath of the machine. Nothing is wasted, even the dust finds purpose beyond these walls. The all-seeing eye technology now judges what nature has provided. Flawless execution, in a fraction of a heartbeat, imperfection is exiled. Perfection selected, only the finest proceed to the heart of the process. Measured with precision, every kilogram tracked, every batch accounted for. A moment of rest. The surge bin absorbs the rhythm, ensuring the next stage never waits. Forward momentum resumes. Destiny awaits in the cracking room. Transport complete. The almonds have arrived at the threshold of their transformation. Within these walls, transformation waits, but first, let us see where this journey truly unfolds. 40,000 square feet of precision, a cathedral of industry, built for the almond. Night surrenders to day, and the factory awakens to another cycle of creation. Every journey begins at the gate where thousands pass through in service of the almond. Morning, Jorge. Identity confirmed, another day, another purpose. The final approach, where workers shed the outside world and prepare for the floor. Ready for the shift? Yeah, let's go. Almost there. Yeah, time to gear up.
Ready as I'll ever be.
Gear is donned, identity assumed. Preparation is a ritual of respect for what lies ahead. Tighter, there you go. Safety is a habit, not an afterthought. Here, it's engraved into every morning. Every step sanitized, the factory floor demands cleanliness absolute. Clean hands, clear purpose, the final preparation before the floor. Pressure changes, worlds change. Beyond this door, the factory breathes. Organized chaos. The factory floor, alive with purpose and precision.
Yesterday's safety record was 487 days without incident.
Every tool accounted for, every instrument calibrated. Precision demands precision. Returning to where we began, the almonds await, and the day's work truly starts. The brain of the operation, where data becomes decisions and decisions become motion. 7 o'clock. The factory draws its first full breath of the day.
How's the pressure on 3? Steady at 80. Good, keep it there. Leadership walks among the workforce, seeing, listening, ensuring.
The orchard's bounty arrives in waves. Each truckload, a new chapter. The orchard's delivery arrives in full, a cascade of potential, ready for inspection. Below ground, the journey continues. Unseen arteries feed the heart of the factory. From darkness to light, the almonds rise to meet their first examination. Order from chaos. The vibrating table arranges each almond for its individual inspection. 6 paths, 1 purpose. Each almond now faces judgment alone. The human eye, the human hand, still unmatched for certain judgments. 2 pairs of eyes, 1 mission. Imperfection has nowhere to hide. Even in rejection, purpose remains. Nothing in this facility is truly wasted. Size now determines destiny. The drum sorter divides by diameter with mechanical certainty. Small but valuable, these almonds will find their purpose elsewhere, in chocolates and confections. The middle ground, substantial enough for oil, yet destined for different pressures. The elite, these premium almonds will yield the finest oil, pressed with special care. Weight reveals what eyes cannot. The gravity separator judges by density, not appearance. One final purge. Even the most persistent stone cannot escape this machine's judgment. The digital eye, faster than human, more consistent, utterly relentless. In a fraction of a heartbeat, imperfection is exiled, banished by a breath of air. Good. Technology sorts, but humans verify. Trust, but confirm, at every stage. Moisture, the hidden variable. Too high invites spoilage, too low reduces yield. This is perfection. The clean hold, a reservoir of readiness, awaiting the call to transformation.
Cracking hall, cleaning was given, clean, sorted, and verified. The almonds march toward their destiny.
The moment of transformation arrives, the almond meets its match. Precision engineering meets natural toughness. The gap is everything. In one explosive instant, the shell surrenders and the treasure within is freed. Not one crack, but 10,000 every minute. The hall thunders with transformation. Separation begins, vibration and gravity, the oldest sorting tools, now work at industrial scale. Air becomes the arbiter, light shells rise, heavy kernels fall, nature's law industrially applied. Even the shells have purpose, destined to become energy, fueling the factory that freed them. The final guard, human eyes catch what machines might miss. Whole or broken, all have value, but their paths now diverge. Perfection preserved. These whole kernels will never see the press. They have another destiny. These will become oil. Their broken state matters not, for their essence is what we seek. Warmth awakens the oil. Gentle heat prepares the meal for the press's immense force. Before pressing, grinding, the kernels must become meal, their cells broken open to release the oil within. Precision extends to temperature. 90 degrees, optimal and unwavering. Pressure, immense and relentless, the screw press squeezes oil from meal with mechanical determination.
And then the first gold appears. Liquid almond, flowing free at last.
What remains is cake, dry, fibrous, yet still valuable, protein for another purpose. Crude but precious, this oil, straight from the press, now begins its journey to refinement. From here, all is controlled. every variable monitored, every adjustment made in pursuit of perfection. Scale magnifies purpose. 6 presses working as one, transforming tons of meal into rivers of oil. Patience becomes part of the process. In stillness, impurities surrender to gravity. The heavy settle, these solids, now separated, will find use elsewhere in the facility. Clarity calls, the oil now seeks the filter, where even microscopic particles will meet their match. Pressure refines. Trapped between cloth and steel, the oil surrenders its finest solids. Watch closely. At this moment, turbidity becomes clarity, and the oil reveals its true nature. What the oil leaves behind, a cake of pure almond fiber, too fine for earlier screens, now captured here. The polish, measured in microns now, the final particulate removal before the oil is deemed clear. The eye confirms what instruments measure, clarity achieved, perfection approaching. Centrifugal force, thousands of times gravity, the final separation, absolute and complete. Moisture, separated, even trace water has no place in the final oil. Behold, bright and clear, the almond's essence, transformed and purified. From the tank to the lab, science now verifies what the eye believes. Refraction reveals purity, light bends as it should, confirming the oil's composition. Acidity, measured in hundredths of a percent, here, low is good, and this is excellent. Freshness quantified, peroxide value near 0 confirms this oil is at its peak.
All clear. Release the batch.
Science speaks, production listens, the batch is approved, ready to move forward. The valve opens, the oil flows, approved and pure, it continues its journey. Consistency at scale, batch after batch, blended to perfection, ensuring every drop meets the standard. Flavor, refined or preserved. Here, choice is made, robust and raw, or neutral and stable. For clarity, even in cold, winterization removes what nature included, ensuring the oil stays brilliant. Here, in the quiet heart of the factory, machines speak in data, and humans listen. Every almond, every drop, every moment, visible at a glance to those who guide the process. The nervous system, millions of decisions per second, executed without thought, without hesitation. Flow, measured to the liter, every drop counted, every rate controlled. Temperature, held to 1/10 of a degree, the difference between perfection and failure. Tons of force, precisely regulated. Pressure, the invisible hand that squeezes oil from almond.
Levels, never too high, never too low, the tanks speak, and the system responds.
A symphony of valves. Thousands of automated decisions redirecting product without a single human touch. Machine sight faster than human, more consistent, never blinking, never tired. Look at this dip last Tuesday. History informs the future. Every run recorded, every variable analyzed for tomorrow's improvement. The machine predicts its own illness before a single symptom shows. The system calls for healing. Tiny sensors, vast intelligence. They feel what humans cannot, and they never sleep. Self-healing. The machine tends to itself, guided by algorithms that care for steel and motion. Efficiency extends to the electron, power managed to the watt, saving resources and planet alike. Water, precious and preserved, 94% returned, reused, respected. From orchard to bottle, every batch tells its story, traceable, transparent, trustworthy. The factory fits in a pocket, from anywhere, connection to every process, every machine. While the factory sleeps, the system works. Data compiled, knowledge preserved, improvement planned. This is the brain, and now, guided by its wisdom, we move to where precision becomes absolute.
All clear, Sector 4. Protecting not just product, but the trust placed in every bottle.
Welcome to the Precision Hall, where standards approach the pharmaceutical, and cleanliness is absolute. The final hold, clarified, polished, and waiting. The oil pauses before its last journey. The final polish, at 0.2 microns, even microbes cannot pass. This oil is now sterile.
24-hour read, but visual already looks clean. Science ensures safety before the consumer ever sees the bottle.
Oxygen, the enemy of freshness, is extracted by vacuum, extending the oil's vibrant life. Light, harnessed as a sterilizer. Ultraviolet ensures purity without chemistry, without compromise. The vessel must be worthy of the contents, every bottle sterilized, every cap purified.
Even the cap, often overlooked, receives the same reverence. Sterilization extends to every surface. The filling carousel, 48 bottles at once, spinning through precision, emerging full. 500 milliliters, precise to the drop, computer-controlled flow, human-verified accuracy. Weight, verified for every bottle. If it's not perfect, it doesn't proceed. The seal is set. Torque, measured to the Newton meter, ensures freshness and prevents tampering. Invisible energy creates visible security. The induction seal guarantees integrity until the consumer opens it. Traceability etched in light. Every bottle carries its history, its future expiration, its unique identity. Identity applied with precision. The bottle now bears its name, its promise, its brand. The all-seeing eye judges even the label, perfection demanded at every surface. Rejection, not waste. Even imperfect bottles return, stripped and redressed, given another chance. A moment of pause, the accumulation table breathes, allowing the line to flex and flow. The final assembly. Bottles become boxes, ready for the world. The robot builds with inhuman precision, layer by layer, the pallet rises, ready for the journey outward. Sterile, silent, precise, this is where chemistry meets accountability. Every sample tracked, every test recorded. From this moment, data rules. The eye begins the judgment. Clarity, the first and most obvious virtue of fine oil. Color, quantified, not just golden, but precisely 5.2 on the Gardner scale, batch after batch, identical. Light bends as it should. The refractive index confirms identity. This is almond, nothing else.
There.
Acidity, measured in hundredths of a percent. Oxidation, the enemy of freshness, a peroxide value below 1.0 means this oil is virtually untouched by time. Secondary oxidation, measured and mastered. Total oxidation calculated, well within the strictest standards. The fatty acid fingerprint. Oleic acid dominates, as it should. This is almond oil's unique signature. Moisture, measured in parts per thousand, at 0.03%, there is no water to invite spoilage.
Classic almond.
Machines are chemistry, but humans judge aroma. The nose confirms what instruments cannot.
Smooth.
Excellent, consistent. The
Good.
ultimate judge
Good.
confirms the sensory signature. Microbes, if present, would be exposed here. Sterility confirmed by the absence of life. Beyond this door lies the conscience of the factory, where science judges what machinery has made. Parts per billion sensitivity, lead, arsenic, cadmium, none present. This oil is pure. Hundreds of pesticides, screened in a single run. The result? None. The orchard's care is confirmed. Data compiled, results verified, judgment rendered. The quality manager's signature releases the batch to the world. The certificate of analysis, the oil's passport, its proof of quality, its promise to the customer. Every batch, preserved for its lifetime, should questions arise, the evidence awaits. This is accountability made visible. A palette of perfection, 288 bottles, each holding the essence of thousands of almonds. Secured for the journey, stretch wrap binds the load, protecting it from dust, moisture, and the rigors of transport. Identity carried forward, this pallet now has a name, a destination, a place in the global supply chain. Every pallet known, every location mapped in the digital warehouse, nothing is ever lost. Staged and sorted, 5 pallets, 1 order, ready for the next chapter. An order arrives, 5 pallets, bound for Chicago. The warehouse responds. Safety in transit, every pallet strapped, every load braced. The journey must be as safe as the making. The boundary between factory and world, the loading dock, where product passes from us to you. Bridge completed, the gap closed, the path clear. Loading begins. 5 pallets, 1 destination, the load is complete, the manifest verified, the journey ready to begin. Called from rest, pallet A2471 begins its final journey within these walls. First pallet aboard, A2471 finds its place in the darkness of the trailer, awaiting its fellows. Thanks, driver complete. Responsibility transferred. The product now belongs to the road. Sealed and secure, the journey outward begins. From orchard to bottle, from field to fork, this is where nature meets industry, and quality is born. And so it leaves us bound for Chicago, for stores, for kitchens, for tables. And this is how modern factories produce almond oil from start to finish.